following presentation of the National Football League.
Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up.
Tampa Bay side of the field, head coach Todd Bowles. His side staying on the road to begin the year. They got that win last week, hoping to do the same now. His counterpart on the opposing sideline, Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans. His side not as fortunate in their opener, hoping the home crowd can will them to the victory here in week 2. I'm Kate Scott here with Brock Huard, the All-Pro Chris Boswell on for the kick. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And bringing them out, one of 2 quarterbacks taken in the first round of this year's draft. Out of Ole Miss, it's Jackson Dart.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the 1 touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Let's go now. Set up. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Barner's got it. Complete. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll be first down, Houston.
And the Texans, first down.
On play action with Dart. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. That's good for a gain of 5. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Here's Hall running his own read. Bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
On first down, here's Dart. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing on 3rd, here's Dart. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Matt Prater on for the field goal try. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Prater puts it through. The flag is down, though, so let's see if this kick stands or not.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal.
Come on, set. Huh, 19, Tiger. Huh.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation. But even more, better execution.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. We give to Hall on the draw. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here. This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, here's Dart. On the move, headed right. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Prater puts it through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
All in all, Kate, I call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Starting from the 5. He's going well so far. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're led up by the 7th-year quarterback from Oklahoma, Kyler Murray.
You know the biggest positive for Kyler a season ago? I really believe this, Kate. He was healthy. Right, we talk about the greatest ability being availability. Well, he was healthy for fully 17 games, something he hadn't done the previous 2 years.
Now Murray on the play fake. This is on target to Christian Watson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at 1st down here. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield on their own side. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He takes it down to the 33. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Murray on 3rd down. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. They gain 11 on that play. And the Bucs have the first.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Switch! Shut down! Motion! Check! Shift!
Shotgun handoff to Akers. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate, will they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it, and maybe go get that touchdown you know he so badly wants.
They score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish up their opening drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Buccaneers won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Boswell on to send this away. It's Brashard Smith now with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he's going to manage a low yard on that drive up the gut. Brian Burns coming up with the stop.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. Short pass brought in. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. The Bucs go to the dime set ahead of this 3rd down.
Let's go now!
Darts out of the shotgun. Oh, he's going to run for it. This gets the 1st and more. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
1st and 10 from the 43.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 43.
We're starting now. He calls his own number again. Not a lot available to him. It's to the 38. In on the tackle, the first rounder out of Georgia, Jalen Walker. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
Darts back to throw. Taking off with it again. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
That's just the case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Dart from the pistol. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Darts looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Now here he goes. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
At the 17.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Here goes Dart to the air. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up third down.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
That's caught. This is Addison. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Gain of 9 yards.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans take the lead just before halftime. Matt Prater for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans push their lead to 3.
10. Buccaneers 7.
Now Prater on to send it away.
Set to kick off.
Return coming from the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Texans get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Looking to throw. He lofts it deep right side. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. And with no halftime report this week, it seems, we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Tampa Bay sending its offense out to begin the third quarter. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
The left side is caught by Pitts. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
It's Barkley again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. 2 yards on the pickup, and that brings up third and goal from the 7.
This may be one of the only spots in goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, third and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made in close. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take the lead right away in half number 2. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Boswell gets that point after the go. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead.
14, Texans 10. First Boswell set to kick off.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Out now come the Texans on offense. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it will be a first down, Texans.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Hall once more. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Here we go, set.
They give on second to Hall. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? He can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. They break the huddle. It's second down now.
Brings up second and 11 at the 49-yard line.
Dart setting in to throw here. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield on their own side.
Every once in a while, sure, a pass, it can go for a negative yard. But lose that much, I promise you, that call will never come up on the call sheet again.
Third and long for him here. Taken in by Addison, left side. And they make the tackle at the 38. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He'll step up, and there he goes.
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But and that's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
On the ground, DJ Giddens gets it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. They go right back to Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
Check, check.
They'll air it out on 3rd. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans take a 4th quarter lead. This to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans push their lead to 3.
Texans 17. Buccaneers 14.
Now Prater on to send it away.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
That's what the best special teams units do, Kate. Right there, they just counterpunch. Yeah, they just took one to the chin. They looked up at the scoreboard, they're down, but that special teams unit, they took it upon themselves to fight back, and they've set this offense up with great field position.
1st and 10, Murray. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And after one play of this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. But you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Dart now against the blitz. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Front man's in motion right. Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. He works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here we go, set. Rocco leading. Let go.
Hall gets it again on 2nd down. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the 4th.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans only up by a few.
On the set.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Hut, hut. 60 by 6. Hut.
Handoff, run left. Here's Hall. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Matt Prater on now as we see how he handles this moment. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash.
A 56-yard attempt.
It's no good. It had the leg, but is aimed wide right. And they are unable to double their lead.
Surely not something they're too pleased about down on the field. But, Kate, with that miss, we got a lot of juice. We got an opportunity here to see a field goal and a chance to take this game to overtime.
Here come the Bucs on offense now. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They look to throw it. He rolls to his right. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Saquon Barkley. That's a gain of 10.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The Texans are in the nickel. 3rd down. To throw. That one complete to Pitts. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Back to throw. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. Almost had back-to-back interceptions. A chance for him now to clean things up here on second down. Here he is to throw. Finds Barkley underneath. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
He's going to keep it this time. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Setting up to pass. Makes the catch.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. From the gun, it's Murray. And he's got it! He pulls in a game-winning touchdown with almost no time left!
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Makes the score.
That one splits the uprights.
Texans.
And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. First and 10. One final shot here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.